Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We are out here for the first drive deep within the mountains of Palm Springs, California. And what is it the first drive of? This truck right here. This is your updated, refreshed, changed up 2024 Ford F-150. This is a PowerBoost, and as you can tell, it is the top dog, the Platinum trim. But before we get into this mega full-size pickup truck from Ford, let's talk about what's going on here. So Ford continues to keep setting those sales records across the country. And what's interesting is that when they came out with the PowerBoost not too long ago, it really was that revolutionary style of truck. I know we talk about the Ford Lightning a lot when we're talking about Ford's first production electrified truck, but really this truck, which is technically electrified, being a hybrid pickup truck, really brought the goods, especially when you think about when it first came out in Texas. Many people during that bad snowstorm were able to utilize this PowerBoost to help bring power to their homes. Very interesting. Now, of course, they can't just rest on their laurels, and there's a lot of competition from GMC, from Chevrolet, and of course, from Ram. So what I want to find out is this the best new full-size truck to buy? Let's go ahead, let's dive into our Platinum trim and find out. Right off the bat, when you see a Ford truck, it has those distinct body lines, and especially when you see Platinum, you know that that is the tippy top of the heap. Now, when we look at the changes for 2024, what do we got going on? New headlight design. So you're gonna have your double stacked LED projector beam headlights. You'll notice how they reworked the LED daytime running lamp. I like the way they kept the running lamp separate from the turn signal. Still has that interlocking design, and that's something that I think Ford does very well. The way the grille intersects, and almost like you could click it together like two massive Lego blocks. Very nice, clean, modern design. We work our way down. When you go Platinum, you bring the daytime running lamp into the lower housing here, and you have LED fog lamps. On top of that, you're gonna have metal body color matching bumpers. Love the way that pearlescent white has a nice sparkle in the California sun. And then as we come across the new refreshed grille, you can see Platinum brings some shiny bits to it. So you have some aluminum, not chrome finish, but aluminum style finish around the grille, nice horizontal slots. There's your updated Ford badge. First time in a long time they updated the font and everything on the Ford badge. You do have a forward-facing camera. And then working our way down, you have more functionality. Of course, there's active shutters for all this venting on the bottom. And then they take just a little bit of shiny chrome finish and bring it across the bottom. Now you do have those wonderful recovery tow hooks on both sides. And then as we take the elevator back up to ground level, you're looking at the Platinum name. Now, it's not my favorite how they stick on the letters. I wish that they would sink them in a little bit into the hood, but definitely the silver against the pearlescent white pops. I mean, you see this coming down the road, you're gonna know it's a Platinum trim. Now, when it comes to the hood, you got that nice meaty bulge that everybody wants. And then you have these decorative, they're not functional, but decorative trim pieces with some aluminum. Now, they weren't meant to be functional, so I'm gonna let it slide because they're not looking like fake vents. And I like the way they brought some of the aluminum from the front grille and brought it up top. To me, that shows the important intention of that cohesive design. Now, as we come around the bend, we had some mega size wheels for you. So when you're looking at our updated wheel, new for 2024, this wheel is specific for the Platinum trim. You got some shiny bits with a nice kind of texturized finish to it all the way around, multi-spoke wheel, 22-inch wheel, tires are 275 on the width, 50 series sidewall, and one thing that I love about the Platinum, fully painted fender openings. So nice to see that. All body color, gives it a modern look, gives it that luxury look. Because remember, at the end of the day, Platinum trim is a luxury spec full-size truck. Of course, we got our steel box frame all the way back. Ford built Ford tough, just like the advertisements say, right? And then you'll notice that we have on the side a little bit of refresh with the aluminum. This is a functional fender vent, like the way they put the Platinum name, let you know what trim it is, and the F-150 badge. We have color matched mirror caps, LED turn signals, and then of course, because this is the hybrid, we gotta let people know. And instead of saying hybrid, we got PowerBoost, which makes sense because if you go with the diesel F-250, that's called Power Stroke. This is PowerBoost. Now from the side of the vehicle, you see that this is a full-size truck, much bigger than a Ford Ranger. You got 360-degree cameras. I like the aluminum style on the door handle. Gives it a nice touch without being too blingy. You have body color up top with the bright, shiny metalwork. And then you'll notice that when you go Platinum, you have those automatic dropping running boards that extend way back, even to the portion back here to get into the bed. So I'm glad that they did that. And you can see that as soon as I got off, then they nicely pull and tuck in very high, so nothing's dangling. Nobody wants a dangler, right? Super clean. Now, as we work our way towards the rear, you can see that box frame, how it extends back towards our bed. And then as we wrap it on the rear, just like we started with the front with update lighting, you have updated taillights. I'm digging it. Digging how they did the full LED setup here. Has a nice flow just like they do up front. We get to the back. This has your standard tailgate. Now remember, there is gonna be that special mid-opening tailgate, which we'll be bringing it to you, but this is obviously your standard tailgate. The new Ford badge really pops. I think Henry Ford would be very proud of how that badge looks. Just like I said, metal painted bumpers on the rear, and then you'll notice that we have our full tow capability. Spare is located nice and high underneath. And then to open up the tailgate, nice, soft release. Of course, you have your full tailgate work area. You got your measurements that you could do. So when you and your friends are standing around measuring who has the bigger one, you can measure when you're fishing who has the bigger fish. And then of course you got areas for pencils. You could stand up your phone. I mean, look, I'll even prove it. Watch this. So say you're learning how to cut wood for the first time and you're watching a YouTube video. You can watch the video and then you can sit here and cut. Kind of nice, right? When it comes to the step action, look at this. This is smart. I love the way it hides the whole bar and everything to get into the bed of the truck. And then I'm gonna have Lori come on in and we're gonna explain this together. So the most important part for the PowerBoost is how we have all these hookups. And like I said, a couple years ago in Texas, this saved a lot of people from grief that were in that snowstorm and had no electricity. The PowerBoost came into action. We got LED lighting, some tie-down locations you can see around the corners. And then on this side, what do we have? Look at this, a little cubby here. So if you're in the middle of nowhere and you need to have some nourishment, that's where you can keep the Twinkies, because guess what? Twinkies will outlast us. Twinkies will outlast a nuclear war, and you could have those in there. 20 years from now, you're driving your PowerBoost, and you're like, damn, I'm hungry. Those Twinkies will still be good. And then we have our power sliding glass window on the back of the truck. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and talk about power from the PowerBoost. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. Of course, on your F-150, you can still get your 5-liter V8. You can get EcoBoost, or you could go PowerBoost. So what are we looking at underneath the hood? You're looking at the addition of that electric motor and the battery pack. So we have a 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6. So that's a twin turbo V6 paired to one electric motor, produces 530 horsepower, 570 pound-feet of torque. It's made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission, 1.5 kilowatt-hour battery pack, 0 to 60 in this truck in 5.4 seconds. Top speed is governed to 107 miles per hour, but here's the kicker. 24 MPGs in the city, 24 MPGs on the highway. Anybody want to take a guess what's the combined? Yes, you're right, 24 MPGs combined. You have a 700-mile range with this truck on a full tank of gas. It could tow up to 13,500 pounds, payload capacity, 2,455 pounds, and the newest piece of technology to the driving experience is gonna be the addition of Blue Cruise for the first time on the F-150. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire this thing up and see it roll out of here. All right, guys, we are inside this pearlescent white 2024 Ford F-150 Platinum PowerBoost. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I need a truck. I need a truck that's gonna do it all, and I want a truck that's gonna make me look good and feel good. And I think this Platinum, it's right up my alley, but how much is it? Very good question. MSRP for the way that this one is spec'd is right at $85,800. Let's see what you're getting for the money. To the door panels, love the upscale material. So you're gonna have that leather style finish, gray with the white contrast stitching. Then you have sort of like a faux wood style going on, almost like a granite wood. Pretty cool, modern design. Then we have some of that dark aluminum style finish. And then of course you're gonna have the Ford F-150 Twinkie tray in the center. Easily will hold 8 Twinkies. We got a 14 speaker B&O sound system with the aluminum speaker grill cover. And then thank God the McRib is back at Mickey D's, because you can actually fit about 12 McRibs and 2 drinks in there to wash it all down. That barbecue goodness. Now going from the door panel to the dash, the soft touch. Look at the way they bring some piping. This is all specific to the Platinum. Love this wood style trim that they got going on. Open the door. That's where you're gonna be able to put your gloves. Your white gloves, your isotoner gloves, your work gloves, your luxury gloves, even your rubber gloves. You could keep all that in there, secure. Love the way it's got that nice interlocking design with the AC vent, just like the headlights up front. And then we slide on in, guess what? All F-150s for 2024 come standard with the 12-inch infotainment system. Obviously, it's got the Sync 4 system. We could hit our camera button, nice clear resolution out the front. The 360 cam brings us right back to the map. Then let me show you some of my favorites. We go into features. We have our Pro Power onboard charger. Remember, you can put it into generator mode. Really cool, very unique to do that. We have our onboard scales when you're weighing up the vehicle. And then, of course, on top of that, we also have our towing. And they have some really nice ways to add trailers, types of trailers, what to check, the whole 9 yards, and then we come back to our navigation. Really, really nice to have those features. You have your Pro Trailer Assist, back up and look like a pro by just twisting this knob. And then what I love about the F-150 is that you still have your physical knobs and buttons. Dual climate control, 3 stages of heated seats, 3 stages of ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. One more thing I want to show you on the infotainment system is I'm going to hit the center button on the side of my seat. Check it out. You have your full seat controls that come up on the screen. You'll notice that we have massage seats for the driver and the passenger. And I'm actually going to go full recovery. Ooh, that feels good. But these are the touches that Ford's bringing to really change your truck experience. Love the way you got that wood finish with the silver trim. Push it open. What do we have? Wireless charging, USB-C, USB-A, and you could easily put, I would say, 4 pickles in a bag in here if you're not charging anything. You can get them at your local gas station or convenience store. On the side, if somebody is potassium depleted, you could have a couple bananas. This is your banana holder. You don't have to wear your banana holder. You could actually just put the bananas right in the side there. 2 cup holders, a place for the Slim Jims. Oh yeah. And then watch this. Hit the button. We got that nice fold. This is going to control our 10-speed automatic. Leather on the shifter. This cannot be done when you're driving. So don't put in the comment section, what happens if I hit the button when I'm driving? It doesn't do anything. But what it does when we're sitting here is, first of all, let me show you the leather, the stitching, the F-150 Platinum badge. I like the way it gives you a special badge with the VIN. Watch this. Nobody else is doing this. Workstation, get your computer. You could have a place to rest your hands when you're playing your Game Boy, playing with yourself, whatever. I mean, you have room to do just about anything here. Then you just do that, comes back up. Open this up. Of course, you're gonna have your Ford key fob. How do I know? It says Ford right there. Remote start. You have the key to my heart, which that goes to Lori. So we're gonna give that to Lori. Thank you, Lori. She has the key to my heart. And then what you're gonna be able to put in here is maybe some Cheetos, some Doritos, and then check this out. This is the Costco holder of all time. First of all, you got 2 USB-Cs, and then you could go get a bag of Lay's Costco-sized chips and fit them in there. Because think about it. If you could do 700 miles of range, that means you're not stopping at the gas station. That means you better have the snacks, or you're gonna starve to death out here in the desert. And they're gonna find your bones inside your Platinum F-150. And don't say I didn't tell you so. Seats, the leather, the stitching, the Platinum badge. Look at the way they did the stitching on the midsection, the lower portion, the 2 different colors. Obviously full electric assist with the massage settings. And we have nice soft Alcantara, that B&O sound system with the aluminum speaker grills. And then check this out. Nice power shade, one-touch operation. I'm gonna close it because I'm getting so much vitamin D out here in Palm Springs. I don't need any sunny delight. But that's a tour of that side. Why don't you come over to the business end? I got a steering wheel, not with your name on it, but with Henry Ford's name. Come on over, I wanna show you. All right guys, business time behind the wheel. Like I showed you, we have those electric dropping running boards. Love the new Platinum badge here. Nice silver finish with the Platinum name spelled out. Of course, you have your power adjustable pedals. Will actually move out and in very easily. And then we have our all new floor mats. Check out the stitching and the Platinum badge. Very nice touch, Ford. Your seat controls just like the passenger side. To activate the massage seats, you hit that centerpiece right there. Seats are fantastic. I've been getting a massage since we got into the interior. And then the steering wheel. I'm glad that they kept the gray. I really like the gray finishes in here instead of everything all black. So nice job on the leather. We got the Platinum name with that wood style finish. It's just the horn button. It's sad. I'm gonna have to zonk it. I need some stitching. I need some of the leather on the horn button, but you do have the flat black on all the switch gear. I like that dark aluminum style trim that they have. And then you'll notice on the side, we do have a power tilting and telescoping steering wheel. And then we have that beautiful 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. Watch when I change the modes. This is cool. It's like a freaking video game. Love the way you have all the modes, the Bon Jovi mode, off-road, and you could go tow, whatever you need. You know what we're gonna do. We're not doing eco, the hell with that. I'm going sport mode, baby. Spirited on-road driving. And of course, all your 4x4 controls are down right around the knob as well. So it's really easy to be able to get this perfectly set up for whatever you're gonna do. But let's get in the back seat, because if you wanna pamper people, I think you're gonna find out it's pretty damn good back there. Let's go check it out. Man, oh man, here we are in the back seat, and I'm telling you, I wish they had trucks like this when I was a kid. My dad had a 77 Ford Ranger that just had a bench seat, and I remember sometimes he would take me to school, and you know, it got me there, but it wasn't very comfortable. Back here, you really get to spoil your kids if you're driving them to school. What's nice is with the leather on the back of the seats and these massive pockets, you could put 2 trapper keepers back here with the extra erasers and the little grippies and everything else that goes on the pens and pencils. We got a command center, 2 cup holders, heated seats, but the big zonk is, where's my ventilated seats for 85 Gs? Want the ventilated seats? We got our AC vents, 12 volt. What's nice is you get 2 USB-Cs and a home power source. So that's really wonderful. Lots of room back here. And that's another thing, especially with the Alcantara. They bring the leather style material to the back. Obviously, a center armrest, wide enough for an arm, barely. So I don't have to zonk that with the 2 cup holders. Love the way they did the stitching, just like up front with the different color material. And then watch this, hocus pocus, abracadabra, alakazam, under seat storage. That's really wonderful, especially when you go to the grocery store and you got those bags of apples that maybe you don't tie off very well. You don't want to get Granny Smiths all over the floor. That's not going to be fun, and they're all bruised up. You could put all your apples in here. But why don't we go ahead? This thing, like I said, has a new feature called Blue Cruise, which is very similar to what you find in some other brands. Let's go get on the highways and Blue Cruise together in this 2024 PowerBoost. All right, guys, we are inside and behind the wheel of this 2024 Ford F-150 PowerBoost. Obviously, I have the navigation with a drive route for us because the whole goal of this is to be able to showcase for you what Blue Cruise is all about. But what I could tell you right off the bat, getting to that beautiful 12-inch infotainment system screen is well within reach. Love having all of the important information right at a quick glance. Plus, you have a ginormous head-up display. And what's cool is that the head-up display gives me everything. Time of day, posted speed limit, my speedometer, and the directions for the navigation with the infotainment system screen. So that's really nice as well. Seats are so comfy in this Platinum trim. Not only the material, but also the fact that you have the heated option, the ventilated option, and of course, my favorite, the massage seat options. If you've never driven a PowerBoost, I think the thing that's gonna blow your mind the biggest is just how much instant torque you get from the electric motor, and then of course from the twin turbo EcoBoost engine setup. The 10-speed automatic has been refined for 2024. It's not chasing through the gears. It really knows where to be exactly at any given moment. And the fact that with this Platinum trim, you could take your significant other on a night out on the town, dressed to the nines, or you could use this for your work day. I mean, it has so much capability. And then when you look at the Pro Power onboard generator and all the other features that this thing has, it really makes it tough for the competition to compete. And now with the addition of Blue Cruise, I think what you're going to find is that it really brings the pinnacle of all the technology that is currently available for a pickup truck. But definitely great visibility, great ride quality. Of course, it's still going to drive like a truck, but with that being said, they do a good job with the suspension to kind of limit all that bouncing around that sometimes happens when you're in a truck. All right, guys, we are on the highway, and basically what we really wanted to showcase for you is Blue Cruise. So as you can see, the dash literally turns blue, and it will keep you centered in the lane. The best news is that you can easily change lanes very easily. But the key is that you have to keep your eyes forward, because there is a display that's reading your retinas to make sure that you're staring out the windshield. But this is total. I have nothing on the pedals, and I have obviously neither hand on the steering wheel. And this allows you to have that hands-free driving experience on the highway or other roads that are programmed into the system. And what Ford's going to do is keep adding roads into the system. And then obviously you could speed up if you need to maintain a little quicker speed just by pressing the plus button on the left-hand side of the steering wheel. And here we are, Blue Cruising down the road. And what you could adjust is how many vehicle gap that you want to have between the vehicle in front of you and your truck. Now you come up to a slower vehicle, watch this. Turn signal, preparing lane change. Look, Mom, no hands. Freaky. This is the technology that we have right now, and how Ford is trying to ease your commute, especially on the highway. You'll notice that we're getting close to that truck, and since we have it's set up for one truck gap, it actually slows us down. So that's how effective the system is, and it's very easy to use. That's one thing I like. Some brands, it's like you have to have a freaking decoder ring from your favorite box of Captain Crunch to figure out how to work the autonomous driving. But look, watch, now I want to change lanes because of this slow truck in front of us. And I like the graphic that it shows. And I like the way that it keeps you still engaged in the act of driving. It could do it automatically, but I'm not so sure I would want it to do it automatically. I like the fact that I have to turn on the turn signal to make the change. It keeps you active as a driver. And like I said, you can make the lane change whenever you want. I mean, look at this. Really, really cool technology. And the fact that this is something that we get to bring to you first in this Platinum trim PowerBoost really showcases the whole kit and caboodle when it comes to luxury, when it comes to tech, and when it comes to that Pro Power onboard generator. But I'm hoping that this has been a good overall review of how Blue Cruise works. We're gonna get back to where it all started and wrap this one up. Look, I could do it without hands. Wrap this one up. So we'll see you in a Ford Blue Cruise second. All right, guys. It's been another great day in so many ways out here in Palm Springs, California. Definitely want to thank the whole Ford team for getting us access to this 2024 refresh, updated, changed up F-150 PowerBoost Platinum. Let me know what you think. Is Ford bringing the most when it comes to a luxury style full-size pickup truck compared to the competition? Let me know how you feel about it in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raitis Rides family. None of this would be possible if it wasn't for Lori Raiti working that camera like the champ that she is. Show her some freaking love in that comment section. Thank you, Lori, for being the badass that you are. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.